Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. What a special treat today. We have Logan Kuhn. You might know him better from Logan's Lunches. And if you don't, we're going to find out all about it. Logan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How about yourself?
Doing great as well. Logan, first of all, I want to go back because I was thinking that you had started Logan's Lunches because of COVID-19 and the all of the hunkering down that everyone had to do, and because so many children weren't in school, many of them would not be getting a good lunch. But you started this a while back. When did you start Logan's Lunches?
I started Logan's Lunches when I was 6 years old.
When you were 6 years old. All right. How long ago was that, Logan?
That was 6 years ago.
My goodness. Okay. What makes a 6-year-old say, I need to start this and help other people?
Well, when I was 6 years old, I saw a Harvest for Hunger commercial on TV, and I thought that was not right. So I told my grandma that we needed to do something about it.
And what did she say to you?
Well, at the time, I was on a 1,200-pound horse, and she was like, well, you kind of have to concentrate right now.
So once you got off the horse, then the idea didn't leave you. You decided to really follow through. How does a 6-year-old begin a nonprofit like Logan's Lunches?
Well, somebody from the Rotary was at the barn that we were at, and she overheard us, and one thing led to another, and now we're here.
Yes, this is 6 years later, and really thinking that what you've done and the groundwork that you laid with Logan's Lunches, all of 6 years ago, really has made you really set up to take care of people for such a time as this. It's almost like this is the perfect kind of a ministry and organization that can help other people when they're needing it most. People who've not needed help before are needing help now.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I want to talk to you more about it. So let's go back 6 years. Let's really get some history here. How did you get going? You talked to the Rotary, and then you needed some funding. You needed to start up some social media. Tell me what you did.
Well, we started a Facebook page and told all of my aunts and my uncles and all this, my family about it, and we did fundraisers, and we partnered up with the Stark County Hunger Task Force, the backpack program for the kids on the weekends that can't get food at school.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in at.
So in the beginning, you were helping mostly with weekends and through the summer months and maybe over holiday breaks. Am I guessing right?
Yes.
Where did you store the food? How did you do this?
The food pantry at the Stark County Hunger Task Force. Also, people donated food, and we took it down to the Stark County Hunger Task Force.
Okay, so they held on to it and because they've got the storage available and the big refrigerators and everything necessary.
Yeah.
So what would go into a backpack? If a family was in need, what would you give them?
Things like granola bars or a few like Kool-Aid pouches, things like that. Yeah, 2 breakfast, 2 lunch, a couple snacks.
Yeah.
I think that's for the weekend. And then during the week, they usually get food at school, free lunch.
Right. That's taken care of. Well, it normally is. Not during 2020. What a crazy year we're having, huh?
I know.
So, all right, I want to go back to more of how you did this. You had to have some volunteers help you. Was this all a family affair?
At the beginning, yeah. And then when we got a little bigger on Facebook and people started to recognize, they just jumped in and helped.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And you've gotten some big, very involved community people have gotten behind you. That's got to feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah, yesterday. I met Officer Lamar Sharp, and he was a very, very big help with us. We did a live video. It was fun.
He is awesome, isn't he? I thought you were going to say he's a very, very big man, because that is true, too.
Yeah, he is.
He's a presence. You notice when he walks into a room. Well, that's
Yep.
very cool. Now, how did you get to meet Officer Sharp?
Oh, he came. He was telling my grandma that he would like to meet me, and we met. We talked, and he was like that I remind him of him as he was when he was young.
Oh, that's quite a compliment. Well, you are. You're just an inspiration. Other kids will see that, man, kids can make a huge difference. We really can do something that helps others. Were you in school yet when you were 6 years old? What were you in, kindergarten or first
I was
grade?
in first grade.
First grade. And so did you talk to your friends about this idea, your teacher?
No.
No? You kept this kind of a secret from them. Do they know?
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I try to keep it kind of a small, kind of a humble thing, but it's gotten kind of big. It's hard to do it now.
Well, you can still be humble. You're awesome at it. And let everybody else just jump on board and say, oh, we're in. Logan, we want to contribute to Logan's Lunches. So over the years, this has grown. Right? I mean, my goodness, a lot of kids, Logan, start something and then they get bored with it or other things start. I mean, you're now 12 years old, am I guessing?
Yes.
So in the life of a 12-year-old, there's a lot more activities and things to be doing. School gets harder. How are you keeping this going?
Well, we definitely do. Yeah, with my grandma, she helps me a lot, but we definitely do a lot more during the summer and when I'm off of school during the weekends and stuff as well. But I still do things during the school week. It's just a little harder.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm amazed. That's really quite commendable that you're keeping it going. So, but let's go back to February of this year. And I think it was somewhere in the middle of March. We started knowing around the end of February that something bad was on its way over to our country. And by about the middle of March, school gets canceled.
Yeah.
And what was your first thought?
Well, my first thought was, oh gosh, all these kids are going to be not getting free lunches at school. So then I already knew that we were going to be really, really backed up at the Stark County Hunger Task Force.
Yeah.
And it was also kind of hard to do much with other people because of all the COVID stuff. And it was definitely a hard time.
Yes. How did you make it happen? Because suddenly we're isolated from each other. You can't really round up a lot of helpers. A lot of volunteers were told to stay home. How did you do it, Logan?
Our Facebook page, people donated through there, which really blessed us through that time.
Yes.
Also, food donations at the Stark County Hunger Task Force at the drive-thru.
Perfect.
Contactless delivery.
Yes. All right. Some people may be hearing about this for the first time, so let's let them know. What is your Facebook page?
My Facebook page is Logan's Lunches.
And that's all you got to do, right? There's only one, and it's right here in Stark County.
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay. What kinds of things do you need, Logan?
Hold on, let me pull up the list. It's always changing.
Yes, I'm sure. Because there might be things that a lot of us have on hand, or it's very easy for us to, whenever we're about to make an errand run, to pick up a couple of extra things and then donate them to you.
Yeah, we also pick up things as well.
Do you?
And
okay.
Yeah, we also pick up food and always money donations, things like that. But our need list is single-serve oatmeal, single-serve cereals, microwavable meals, juice boxes, fruit snacks, and single-serve snacks.
That's not hard to remember. That's good. Okay, so think in terms of single serve because you are really thinking of the children, yes?
Yeah.
And are
Yes.
these still going into backpacks? Do you know? How are these delivered to the families themselves?
Yeah, they're picking them up at the Stark County Hunger Task Force with the backpack.
Okay, so people can do the drive-through there, and then they get them. And then we can drive through and drop them off. I just had another idea. Some of the grocery stores are offering delivery for just a little bit more. So maybe somebody, if they're thinking, oh, but I live out of the area, but I'd still like to contribute, perhaps call one of our local groceries and just give them the address of the Stark County Hunger Task Force to have it delivered there. Just a thought, just an idea.
Would you like the address?
We would love the address. Let's give everyone that.
Okay, let me look it up.
Okay, go ahead, and while you're looking up the address of the Stark County Hunger Task Force, I'll remind everybody that we're talking to Logan Kuhn. He is a 12-year-old. You starting 6th grade, starting 7th grade? What will you be starting in the fall, Logan?
Starting 7th grade.
Oh, my goodness. All right, going into the 7th grade, and since he was a 1st grader, he's been in charge of Logan's Lunches. This was his own idea. And how about a kid who, when you hear that everything is getting locked down, was whose thought was, oh my goodness, what about the children who aren't getting free lunches? That was Logan's first thought. That maybe is convicting to the rest of us, that to be thinking of somebody else who's going to be in need. So we want to continue to help you out, Logan. We can pick up some things that are on your list, and you're thinking mainly single serve, breakfast type things, and lunch type things. Can you just read that list again real quickly for us?
Yes.
It started with single serve oatmeal.
Single serve oatmeal, single serve cereals, microwavable meals, juice boxes, fruit snacks, and single serve snacks. I'm wondering about Lunchables. Do you get a lot of those? Do people like those?
No.
You don't? Okay. Would you like them?
No.
Not Lunchables. Okay.
Because they have to be refrigerated.
Okay. So we're trying to think of mostly things that would not have to be refrigerated. High shelf life.
Yep.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. And then, if you want to drop them off to the Stark County Hunger Task Force, Logan, what is that address?
It's 1637 408 9th Street Southwest.
Okay. Right there on 9th Street.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Great.
At the Goodwill Building.
At the Goodwill Building. Yes, and everybody, if you're driving right now and you're thinking, I can't write that down, just you can Google Goodwill Building in Canton, Ohio, and it'll take you right there, let you know exactly how to get there. Logan, you are quite an impressive young man. So tell us a little bit more about you. You sound like somebody who's really got his head screwed on straight. What kinds of things do you like to do in school? What are your favorite subjects that you're studying?
I like science. I like art. I like football.
Nice. Yes. Have you gotten a chance to play some football? I mean, I know not lately.
Hopefully this year. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But we couldn't play we can't play in 6th grade at North Canton.
No. But you are looking forward to maybe being a Hoover Viking one day?
Yep.
Logan, I hate to tell you I graduated from Jackson, but that's okay. We can be friends anyway, can't we?
I went to Jackson for 2 years.
Okay, good. All right. Well, then you got a little polar bear in you. Yeah, it's okay. No, North Canton, wonderful schools, really wonderful schools. So what kinds of things are you doing in the summer, Logan?
Well, I like hanging out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing outside. I like to work with my grandpa to make my own money.
Nice. Now, how are you doing that?
Well, my grandpa has his own business and a landscaping business, and I work with him.
Oh, that's a great thing to do. So, my goodness, so you're entrepreneurial at the same time, and you've started your own nonprofit. Logan, you're amazing. We are talking to Logan Kuhn from Logan's Lunches. We're going to take a very short break here and be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community. Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Logan Kuhn from Logan's Lunches. Be sure to check out his Facebook page. Go to Logan's Lunches, and it will take you right there. And Logan, will we find that list of your most needed items there on your Facebook page somewhere?
Yes, you will.
All right, perfect. And then we
Also,
go ahead.
also, we pick up the food from other food donors as well.
So people will tell you what they're donating and where they live, and you will come get it?
Yep, but we haven't really been doing that recently.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because,
we will be getting right back into it.
okay, so because I'm sure of quarantine that we haven't
Yes.
been able to do things quite the same. You know, Logan, again, I mean, I've just got to take off my hat to you because a lot of people had a hard time readjusting and figuring out, ooh, how do we do our ministry now in this? We have to change how we do things. You seem to have been able to turn on a dime and just continue to make it going and make it work. And thank goodness, because what you're doing is so necessary. What do you hear back from the families that you've been helping? Anything?
Well, they usually comment on the Stark County Hunger Task Force page. Thank you, things like that.
And I've seen a lot of people jumping on to contribute. Are there ways to donate money to Logan's Lunches?
Yes,
How do we do that?
through Facebook.
We can just do that on Facebook. And it'll...
Also, through the Stark County Hunger Task Force website,
Okay.
with donation.
And there'll be a designation there for Logan's Lunches.
Yeah, and
So-
then you'll go over to the backpack program on the site, and then just pick whatever price you. I'm assuming you have to use a card though.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good because a lot of us are ordering our groceries that way now anyway. So we can go to this.
And then,
Go
and
ahead.
then you gotta notate it. Logan's Lunches.
Okay. All right. That's nice and easy. Go to Stark County Hunger Task Force website, find, donate, or give. And one of the ways to do that will be the backpack program or Logan's Lunches, and we can give right there online. And then you're able to, what do you do? Do you take that money and go grocery shopping, or how do you do that? Or does Stark County Hunger Task Force take care of it for you?
Yeah, the Stark County Hunger Task Force does. We have done that though. We have grocery shopped.
That's fantastic. Logan, I'm so interested in talking to a student who actually has gone through this. You know, someday you're going to be able to tell your grandchildren, I was there when the coronavirus hit, and I can tell you exactly what it was like to suddenly have everything close. How are you doing, Logan? I'm sure you've missed your friends and so forth. Tell me how you're doing.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm starting to lean into being more active with myself, going over to friend's house. But
How did you like learning from home?
I did not like it at all.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How did it work? Did you go to the computer every day, or how it was online
Yeah.
learning? Mm-hmm.
We were assigned computers at our school.
Yes. So everybody's got one in their own house. Is that how that
Yep.
works? So,
They just gave us Chromebooks.
oh, sure. So everybody used their Chromebook from school, and then so what was different about it than what makes it better to just be there in the classroom?
Well, it was harder because you had to you had to FaceTime or Zoom them instead of just raising your hand and asking a question.
Yes. Zoom meetings. I had to go to a lot of Zoom meetings during that time. I think the fun part was not having to get all dressed up. Did you like that? Not so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, okay, because you can be pretty casual in a Zoom meeting. But it was better than nothing, don't you think? I've always been saying this, that if we had to go through this, at least we did it in a time when we have the technology to keep us connected, even though we can't be sitting in the same room. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
I don't know how we could have done this in like the 50s or the 60s.
I'm telling you, Logan, we couldn't have. We just couldn't have. I was going to school then, and that would have been very, very hard. All right, well, let's remind everybody why we're doing this. I actually found out about you from Officer Lamar Sharp. Tell me about your meeting with him. How did that go?
Well, it was great. We made good connection with each other, and hopefully we'll be seeing each other soon, talking about Logan's Lunches, trying to partner up with Be a Better Me and also Logan's Lunch.
Yeah, you would make a great speaker to other kids who might have an idea but not know what to do with it afterwards. If there might be a kid listening right now thinking, I've got an idea, but I don't know what to do. What would you tell that person to do to get their idea off the ground?
Well,
It's good to have a grandma, right?
Yeah.
That can help you.
very, very, very good to have somebody with the tools to do that.
Yeah, that's great. So often it's making connections, just like you said, and who you know is not a bad thing. Get to know people who can help you help others, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we are speaking, if you just tuned in, we are speaking with Logan Kuhn. He started Logan's Lunches. What do we know? Do you even know what's going to be happening this fall? Have they told you yet whether you'll be in class or if there's going to be more staying at home and learning on your Chromebook?
Well, they haven't really said anything, but
Yeah.
the way it looks, it almost seems like we're going to be doing home.
Home again, yeah. Maybe for a little while, maybe half and half, or for a little while. It seems so, it would be hard to know how to set people 6 feet apart in a classroom and have everybody fit.
Yeah, that's what I was just telling my grandma this morning.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm sure they're thinking about it, though. I'm sure everybody who's responsible for it, they're having those Zoom meetings right now and trying to think it over. How do we make this happen? Well, we certainly know you are a very, very special young man. What other kinds of things do you like to do, Logan? You like football? You like science and art? If we were not quarantined and we weren't being advised to stay at home as much as possible still and going through this, what would you be doing this summer?
I love to swim. I love to ride my go-kart. I love to ride my dirt bike. I enjoy being outside. I enjoy going to water parks and things like that.
Fun, yes. And I know that's going to happen again.
Yeah, I'd like to see my family.
Yes, me too. You mentioned that this idea came to you while you were riding a horse. So tell us a little bit about your horseback riding.
Well, I've been horseback riding ever since I was about 4 years old.
What do you like about that?
Well, when I was about 4 years old, I got into an accident with a dog. And I had to do therapeutic horseback riding, and it made it a lot better.
Oh,
and,
my goodness, yes.
Probably about a year ago, I haven't really been up there that much lately.
Are you talking about Pegasus Farm? Or was
No,
it?
Solid Rock.
Oh, say it again. Which one?
Solid Rock.
Solid Rock, and they have therapeutic horseback riding there too.
Yes,
I
for
think-
combat vets or anything like that.
Yes, I think a lot of people aren't aware of how that helps. Tell us a little bit about how it helped you.
Well, I guess it just soothed me a bit more.
Yeah, that's interesting because
Gave me courage around big animals or big, just anything kind of like that.
yes, because a lot of people might be frightened by an animal that is so much bigger than they are, and yet you were 4 years old, and you were able to climb up on a horse and ride?
Yep.
That would give you a lot of courage. It gives you courage to start a nonprofit if you need to, right?
Yep.
I think so. All right, we're speaking with Logan Kuhn. He started Logan's Lunches. They are connected with the Stark County Hunger Task Force. And if you would like to donate, you can do many different things. Go to Logan's Facebook page, Logan's Lunches. You can go to the Stark County Hunger Task Force website and find Logan's Lunches there, donate financially that way. You can even, if you want, have some things that, single serving things that don't have to be refrigerated or what we're looking for. And you want to contact Logan, and they're going to even begin doing pickup from your home. So, Logan, what is the best way for people to contact you if they want to do that?
Through Facebook on our page.
Okay, and just click on the messaging and instant message you, private message you that way. All right, and I would think, what kind of information do you need? Just who they are, what they're donating, where they live, and how to reach them?
Yep.
Sounds good. All right. Logan, you are a fascinating young man. I would like to talk to you all day. Tell me, first of all, what you would like to do, what you would like to see become of Logan's Lunches in the future.
Well, when I was about 6, almost 7, my goal was to raise $1 million.
I think you can do it.
Yeah, but my goal now is to reach $100,000, and I'm almost there.
Oh, my goodness, that's fantastic. You know what I'm wondering, Logan? This seems like something that other cities could do as well, if there was someone who would be willing to take that baton and run with it. Any idea of that? Have you thought of helping other cities get one started?
Not really.
Not really? Well, let me encourage you. I think you can do it.
It'd be nice, but we haven't really thought of that yet.
Yeah. Well, you're 12, so there's time. There's time to work on these kinds of things. Logan, do you do speaking to other kids? Or I know you've been humble about it and keeping this kind of a private thing. When your friends find out, are they surprised that you've started something like this?
Yeah and no.
What have they said to you?
Sometimes they're surprised, and sometimes they think, oh, wow. And, because they're just used to me being kind of nice and stuff.
Yeah, they're used to you being Logan. They're buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't quite speak to just kids, but I do speak to groups rather than just certain groups of kids. I speak to the Rotary. I spoke to the Lions Club.
I was hoping you were going to say that. So if there's a group or a church or someone that would be interested in having you speak, do they contact you through your Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, and arrange for that. I'm so happy to hear that you're willing to do that. I think there would be a lot of adults very inspired by you and by your story, Logan.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, our time has flown by. I knew it would. I thank you so much. We've been speaking with Logan Kuhn of Logan's Lunches. Be sure to look them up. Be sure to donate. Be sure to help them out. And Logan, thank you so much for how wonderfully you serve our community.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.